Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Tasya Sintiya. In here I will explanation about current teaching methodology in grammar. Okay. Grammar is a rule in expressing a sentence accordance with the applicable formula or rules. Grammar can also be called perfecting the meaning that we will express. Grammar can add meaning that is not easily deduced from the immediate context. The kinds of meanings embodied by grammar in principle are A. Representation, that is, grammar allows you to use language to describe the world in terms of how, when, where things happen. B. Interpersonal, that is, grammar facilitates the way we interact with others when, for example, we need to get something done using language. The next slide. Why should we teach grammar? There are many arguments for putting grammar in the foreground in teaching a second language. Here are 7 of them. Number 1. 7 machine arguments. Part of the language learning process should be what is sometimes called item learning, memorizing individual items such as words as phrases. Number 2. Adjustment argument. The purpose of grammar seems to be to allow for a greater subtlety of meaning than only the lexical system can fulfill. Number 3. The fossilization argument. This makes it possible for highly motivated learners with specific language aptitudes to achieve extraordinary level of proficiency without formal study, but more often understand it will walking the learners reach the plateau of language beyond which it is very difficult to develop technically their linguistic competence in private. Number 4. The advanced organizer argument grammar teaching may also have a delayed effect. Paying attention is a prerequisite for acquisitions. The grammar teaching he received beforehand will not be sufficient to turn him into a fluent Portuguese speaker, had made him concerned to pay attention to what he might not have noticed and thus indirectly influence his learning. It has acted as a sort of initial organizer for later language acquisition. Number 5. Discrete item arguments. Language seen from the outside appears like an immense and shapeless mass, presenting insurmountable challenge for learners because grammar consists a seemingly limited set of rules. Grammar can help reduce the size of the language learning tasks of teachers and students. A discrete item is any unit of a grammatical system that is narrowly divided enough to form the focus of the lesson of exercise. For example, the present continuous, the definite article possessive pronouns. Number 6. The rule of law arguments follow from the discrete item argument that since grammar is a system of learnable rules, it lends itself to a view of teaching and learning known as transmission. Number 7. The student's expectation argument. Despite the theoretical and ideological arguments for or against teaching grammar. Many students come to language class with fairly certain expectation of that they will done there. The next slide. A few rules for teaching grammar. A. Context rule. Teach grammar in context. If you have to take an item out of context to attract attention, make sure the item is recontextualized as also as possible. B. Usage, usage rules. Teach grammar to facilitate students' understanding and production of real language, not as an in itself. Always provide opportunities for students to use grammar for some communicative use. C. Economic rules. To meet the rules of use. This means saving presentation time in order to provide maximum practice time. D. Defense rules. Teach only problematic grammar with students. That means start by finding out what they already know and don't assume that English grammar is a completely different system from that of the student's mother tongue that take advantage of communicatives. E. Maintains rules. Teaching doesn't always lead to learning, not directly. Therefore, instead of teaching grammar, try to provide the right conditions for learning grammar. F. Conformity rules. Interpret all the above rules according to the level, needs, interests, expectation, and learning styles of students. This might mean giving a lot of age to grammar, or it might mean never actually teaching grammar at all in any way up front, but either way, it is your responsibility as a teacher to know your grammar from the inside out. Okay, I think it's enough. And the last, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.